Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Superman Red and Blue issue number one. It's not just a one shot. They say there's going to be a next issue, and a whole bunch of people are going to be on, including Robert Venditti. That guy doesn't like Superman, does he? All these people are involved in the book. Just giving you that heads up. So this was a lot more fun than I really expected it to be. You had so many cool stories in here. The first story was a little bit weird. Okay, that one was look, there's this one scene in here where they say that Bruce, way back in the day, he went to this place that was part of the Russian bloc and they tortured him because they hit him with a kind of radiation that took away his powers for apparently 8 months. Anyway, they knew he was Superman and they beat the crap out of him and they apparently tortured him. One guy has what looks like I don't know, like, is it a taser from back in the day? The other guy has like a bar of rebar. And it's like, dude, doesn't look good. It looks pretty dangerous. And Clark is lying there with his head on a stool and he's shackled. And they have this line: they did things to me while I was forced to look at him. Um, yeah, and before that, every day for 8 months, they did things to me. Bruh. I mean, like, the only thing making me think that Superman wasn't, super pokeyed is the fact that he was wearing pants in this, but that just might be because of Comics Code, like the fear that Comics Code could return and crush souls. Because, well, that was a weird freaking moment. Anyway, um, sure. So this was a really weird comic, and this was by John Ridley. Um, I didn't like this issue. It didn't really do anything for me. It made me think that Superman got like prison raped. That's all it really did for me, was make me think that about Superman. And it's like I started looking around to see if Zack Snyder was sitting there like kneading his fingers, going like freaking Renfield or something. Like that. This was just not a good story. From the beginning to the end, Superman wasn't heroic. Superman was tortured and he had PTSD and he was seeking therapy in a way and trying to face the person who made people poke him in the pokey, I guess. I don't understand what happened. I don't understand what any of this stuff is. Okay. But yeah, no, this was, bruh, this is super weird. The next story is about this kid who looks like Brian Michael Bendis. And is Superman was apparently fighting Caliban, looks like Caliban, one day, and then he saves this kid, kind of, and the kid apparently thinks that Superman owes him stuff, and his mom's a heroin addict, and stuff happened, so he puts the thing on the moon, the ashes. Um, I mean, this was okay, I guess. I didn't see this as being anything particularly special. The next story, however, I really liked. This is a little Somali kid who had to flee Mogadishu because, and yeah, had to flee Mogadishu because the rising waters and whatnot, and came to America and basically saved Superman and lost his hand in the process. Can we have more of this kid, please? Because I really liked this story. I mean, the kid just did, for the most part, really stupid things, but Superman's only been in the public eye for a month when this story happened, so it makes sense that he wouldn't know what to really do with the kid or with the guy. Then we get a really cute story of this character from the fifth dimension. No, it's not Mr. Mitzias Spitlick, it's some other thing. It looks like a mosquito. Actually, it looks like one of the Pokemon. Which Pokemon is that? The one with little bug eye guy and the Venomnat. It looks like Venomnat, or the original form, the non-evolved version. And yeah, he steals all the colors, which is actually cool since this is a Superman red and Superman blue. The only colors that are returned are red and blue. So I guess that's confined to this particular universe, this book. And the final story, The School of Hard Knocks. This was a really beautiful story. And it's basically, this is probably my favorite story. Like, I really like the Mogadishu kid one, the little Somali kid one, but I also really like this one too, because In light of the Snyder Cut being released, at the end of the day, look, if you love the Snyder Cut, if you love Zack Snyder's work, okay, that's really beautiful, but he really didn't understand Clark's parents. And I'm talking about his parents on Earth. He simply did not understand them. I'm not interested in that version of the kid. I'm not here to make excuses for that story. Those parents were not even close to the parents from the comic books, right? And you can actually see me arguing with two other, or listen to me arguing with two other guys about it in the Heroes Collide podcast, episode 3, which just dropped last Wednesday. Feel free to go and check that out. Heroes Collide. Not filling a gap or anything because we lost Collider Heroes. No, this is Heroes Collide. Very different. Anyway, um, but in this one, it was nice because it's one other little way of seeing Superman being super before he was Superman. And this is from the influence of his parents, you know? So his first way of rescuing someone or saving someone or being super is actually in kindergarten. And it's a really beautiful story, And it's something that, yeah, maybe show the kids. Maybe show the kids. Yeah, I like this. I also like the idea that it's, don't be afraid to be different. Don't be afraid to go with what's different. It's a great story. Listen, I honestly didn't think I was going to like this, but it's Superman and I'm dumb and I gave it a chance and I'm glad that I did. Because those two stories alone were worth the price of admission to this book. All things being equal, I don't know. I think for me, like the whole David Ridley or the John Ridley thing, I'm pretty much done with it. He kind of came really hard in DC with a couple of different things, and I don't think he's lived up to the hype. That's just me. But everything else in here, for the most part, was pretty damn good. I enjoyed it. It's something enjoyable to read. Guys, I'm done. Check out the book. I don't think you'll be disappointed, except for the first story. Like the video, watch an ad. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.